shadow of the tower house, where stories
Well, hello there, intrepid explorers. Welcome back to the Highland Explorer, where we delve into the nooks and crannies of Scotland's past. Today, we're venturing to Aberdour Castle, a place with a story as twisted as its ancient stairways. Get ready for a whirlwind tour through time, filled with noble intrigue, architectural marvels, and maybe even a ghostly encounter or two. Let's get the show on the road. Now, Aberdour isn't your average castle. It's seen more drama than a soap opera, from medieval power struggles to Victorian renovations. In fact, it's one of Scotland's oldest standing castles, with bits and bobs dating back to the 12th century. Yep, this place has been around for a while, so you know it's got stories to tell. But Aberdour isn't just about knights and battles. It's also got stunning gardens that'll make you feel like you've stepped into a fairy tale. And of course, there are those whispers of ghostly residents who haven't quite checked out. We'll be sure to keep our eyes peeled for any spectral shenanigans, so stay tuned. We're about to step into a world of medieval architecture, noble families, and centuries of fascinating history. Let's see what secrets the castle has in store for us. Now, as we step into the castle grounds, you can practically feel the history seeping out of the stones. Look up and you'll see the tower house, the heart of the castle. It's like a medieval skyscraper, with its thick walls and tiny windows. It was built for defence, not comfort, so don't expect any jacuzzis up there. But hey, at least the view would have been spectacular. The castle wasn't always this grand though. It started out as a simple hall house in the 12th century. But as the centuries rolled by, different owners added their own flourishes, like the Renaissance dovecot, a fancy pigeon coo that looks more like a miniature castle. Over the years, Aberdour has been through a lot, including a devastating fire in the 18th century. But thankfully, the castle was partially restored in the Victorian era. So what you see today is a mix of medieval grit and Victorian polish, a bit like a rough and tumble knight trying to learn ballroom dancing. Now, no story about Aberdour Castle is complete without mentioning the Douglas family. They were a powerful bunch, with a history as dramatic as a Shakespearean play. They acquired the castle in the 14th century and held onto it for generations, adding their own touches and expanding the estate. The Douglases weren't just about power though. They were also known for their love of the arts and their lavish lifestyle. They threw parties that would make even Gatsby jealous, with feasts, music and all sorts of revelry. So imagine the halls of Aberdour filled with laughter, dancing and maybe even a bit of gossip. But the reign wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The Douglases were also embroiled in plenty of political intrigue, including a few rebellions and even a murder or two. Let's just say that life at Aberdour Castle was never dull. Now, for all your Outlander fans out there, this place might look a wee bit familiar. That's because Aberdour Castle played a starring role in the first season, masquerading as a French monastery, where Jamie Fraser, the dashing Highlander, recovers from his, shall we say, less than pleasant encounter with Black Jack Randall. So if you're picturing Claire tending to Jamie's wounds, you're in the right place. Well, the real monastery is in France. Aberdour's medieval charm and atmospheric setting made it a perfect stand-in. The castle's kitchens, gallery and stables were all used in the filming, so keep your eyes peeled for those familiar spots. So, whether you're a history buff or an Outlander enthusiast, Aberdour Castle has something to pique your interest. It's a place where fact and fiction intertwine, where the past comes alive in the most unexpected ways. Alright, history lesson over. Let's get some fresh air in those lungs. We're heading to the gardens, which aren't your average flower beds, mind you. These are terraced gardens, inspired by the fancy Italian Renaissance style, thick manicured lawns, elegant stonework, and stunning views over the Firth of Forth. Now, the gardens weren't just for show, they were also practical, providing fruit, vegetables and herbs for the castle's kitchens. So while you're admiring the roses, imagine the gardeners bustling about, tending to their crops. One of the most striking features is the beehive-shaped dovecot. It's like something out of a fairy tale, but it actually served a purpose. Pigeons were a delicacy back in the day, so the dovecot was like a medieval poultry farm, providing fresh meat for the castle's table. Now, let's have a bit of fun, shall we? Imagine the Douglases hadn't been ousted from power. What if they'd continued to rule Aberdour, throwing their legendary parties and expanding the castle into a sprawling palace? Maybe it would have rivaled Versailles with its own hall of mirrors and a labyrinth garden where lovers could sneak away for a clandestine rendezvous. What if the fire in the 18th century hadn't happened? The castle might have retained its original medieval character with its dark, narrow passages and towering battlements. It could have been a treasure trove of ancient artefacts, a time capsule from a bygone era. But hey, that's the beauty of history. It's full of twists and turns, and we can only imagine what might have been. But one thing's for sure, Aberdour Castle has a story that's as captivating as it is enduring. Alright folks, just a stone's throw away from the castle we find another gem worth exploring. It's St Fillan's Church, a tiny but mighty testament to Scotland's rich religious history. Now, don't let its size fool you. This wee church has been around since the 12th century and is one of the oldest standing churches in Scotland. It's seen a lot of changes over the centuries, from medieval pilgrimages to Victorian renovations. Step inside and you'll feel like you've stepped back in time. The simple stone walls, the arched windows, the worn wooden pews, it's all evocative of a bygone era. The church even boasts a beautiful stained glass window depicting St Fillan himself, the patron saint of Aberdour. Now, St Fillan wasn't your average saint. He was known for his healing powers and his love of nature. Legend has it that he used to write his sermons by the light of his own glowing hands. So while you're admiring the craftsmanship of the church, imagine the pilgrims who once flocked here, seeking St Fillan's blessing. Well folks, there you have it, a whirlwind tour of Aberdour Castle and its surroundings. From medieval power struggles to Victorian restorations, from terraced gardens to ancient churches. This place is a treasure trove of history and intrigue. So, the next time you're exploring Scotland's hidden corners, remember, the most fascinating stories often lie just beyond the castle walls. And as they say, the best discoveries come after the most winding paths. Until next time, keep exploring, keep laughing, and keep those Highland spirits high.
So here we stand in awe and wonder at tales that take our breath asunder.